go live first. And then 10 seconds. It's January 1st. No, it's not. It's January 11th, 2024. My name's Kevin G Nicholson, and you're watching Dr. Daydream, which is me amusing myself. I'll just get to watch it later and hopefully laugh at it. Oh, it's 1:30 p.m. And look, I couldn't think of a better time to straight. I've been watching some stuff, so I wanted to discuss a little bit some of the stuff I've been watching. But there's a trailer for this. Say, good, thanks for doing it. Okay, I am definitely due for a shave, and a shave would be good. Okay, now in order to get this going, I have to switch over to this one, right? Right. And then transform, and then go back to this, and then I hit play.
Why are women so welcoming of gay men? But when women talk about straight men, guys are dogs, creeps, perverts, pedophiles, predators, and incels.
Because they are. I'm sorry, but like, the way people think about men is because they've been terrible forever, and so we're just gonna keep thinking that they're terrible the more they do terrible things. I don't shame men. So I can't.
She said that earlier.
A lot of women have been hurt by a lot of so-called straight men. And vice versa, a lot of men have been, hurt by a lot of women. So I don't know. I think I don't know if gay men appear to be less threatening to women.
I'm also not scared of gay men.
Yeah, like gay men, just like they feel so comforting and like I don't know. I think a lot of women have been wronged by like straight men, and so I think when they see gay men, they see it as like a different type of man, and they're like, oh my god, I love you, like you're so nice to me. Like majority of the time.
Gay men celebrate straight women, and gay men understand that women experience a lot of bullshit from straight men. So it's kind of one and the same when gay men and straight women shit on straight men. It's because straight men kind of suck.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, God. Now, you have to understand. Well, you don't have to understand. This is how I'm perceiving the world. I'm getting this everywhere.
Do you think of any sexual preference that's currently more shamed and profited off of than male heterosexuality?
Not on the top of my head, no. No, there's absolutely nothing. I mean, with porn and the rise of OnlyFans again, I mean, it's crazy. TikTok, everything is, it's just like, it's because of the capitalism, it's just completely driven by male heterosexuality. They use it against you, they torment your brain, people are getting brainwashed, they're unable to perform sexually when encountering real women because like society and social media and these different platforms on the internet have programmed, they've hardwired their brain, they brainwash these vulnerable men who seriously need help because there's no help for them. Check.
Wait, vulnerable men. Well, I think that's what's vulnerable. I don't feel particularly vulnerable, at least not in a day-to-day sense. No imminent harm, but certainly we are force-fed a lot of different stuff, and that it's, especially with social media. So I guess I would agree with that guy. I mean, it really has had a huge impact on what was perceived as kind of the genuine way, you know. Let's go through a little more.
The suicide rates, y'all. Check.
Yeah.
It shows everything. It's hard out here for a guy. Like, no, not even trying to front or nothing for the men, but like, it's hard out here for guys. So that's all. I'm just leave it at that.
Do you think that society is incentivized to keep men sexually frustrated and lonely because sex sells?
Yes.
Would you consider that to be sex bigotry?
Yeah, honestly.
So how will masculinity and self-improvement fix this sex bigotry against men?
I don't think. Okay, women love masculine men, but like I said, women are complicated sometimes and have hella preferences. So masculinity can only take you so far.
Hella preferences. Now, I don't know for a fact, and as I'm going through this, I ran across this on It's Complicated channel. Please look them up. Oh, and a shout out to Montecune and Prevent Your Adventurer and my buddy Sparky Schneider, the legendary Sparky, Joe Sadler, my mom, who will never watch any of these until I'm gone. Love you, Ma. Yeah, okay, so that's enough of the shout-outs. Let's get back to this. It's just the perception that what we inherently are is, they've changed the narrative so it's evil. You know, and that really puts us at a disadvantage in regards to, you know, which side of the gender you flip on.
Do we fight race bigotry by telling blacks to sculpt themselves to become better slaves?
Honestly, that's a great way to put it, but I don't know, man. I honestly don't know.
Well, why do we fight sex bigotry by telling men to sculpt themselves to become better slaves to women?
See now, it's like, you feel me? We look at it and say that's different, but it's really not, to be honest, in a certain way when you really think about it.
So how will self-improvement fix this sex bigotry against men?
I just think we all just need to preach equality, you know?
So how is that not oppressing men's sexuality?
I think that men's sexuality is what you see everywhere, so it's not being oppressed.
I'm not sure if I like her or
Walking
not.
on the strip, I've seen plenty of naked women and ads for female strip shows. Those are all for men, right? So.
Right, but they're all for money. It's all about selling it. It's not about giving it away, right? So it's profited off of. It's all
Damn
about
straight
selling
it is.
It's not, you know, right?
It's
Well, yeah,
Vegas,
of course,
city of
everyone wants
sin.
to make money off everything, gay or straight, whatever. Like.
I mean, yeah, sex definitely sells. I mean, you see strip clubs for men. You see all these outlets for them.
I gotta be careful and not go into it too long, because this is somebody else's stuff. But I'm observing it, so I still think this falls within the rules. So I'm commenting on something that hit me pretty hard, and I'm like, and it kind of bothered me. And I mean, not in like I'm not scared in the moment, but I'm pretty chill in the moment most of the time anyway. All right, let's do just a little bit more.
To release their testosterone, their natural emotions, their hormones. But I don't think you would see the same thing for women, because it's not as profitable and they want to take advantage of vulnerable men, because I mean, men's mental health isn't talked about as much. I mean, the suicide rates for men is astronomically higher than the suicide rates for women, and there's been studies that prove that it is directly correlated to the fact that sexual drive and the effect that the sexual drive has on men is one of the leading causes and is directly correlated to the high suicide rates in men.
I don't think that.
He was very well spoken. I bet you he listens to Jordan Peterson because he seemed to have that vibe. And it's funny because this is like across the red pill spectrum, because all of this, I think, sources from Real Social Dynamics. I'm pretty sure that's Owen's voice, the guy who's doing the interviewing. It was him, Julian Blanc, master of changing his frame. And they did a bunch of dating courses, to, like, I want to say like 10, 15 years ago. And it was getting some really good steam. And then the Me Too movement hit, and suddenly they pivoted and they turned into self-betterment channels because they started locking everybody up. You know, and it's been such a landslide. Because you go from Bill Cosby and you're like, well, no one should be drugging anyone to take advantage of them when they're unconscious. That is unconscionable. You don't do that. But at the same time, we weren't there. We don't know. We know that's what he was accused of. But he had a reputation for doing that, and that probably comes from somewhere too. So that started the whole avalanche. And then what was the other dude? The director there, Weinstein, yeah. And then, okay, he was kind of creepy, but did he deserve life in prison? And you know what I mean? Like, it just went so overboard. And this right here, what we're watching, is kind of the social result. I mean, listen to the this is just straight grr. If you listen to this girl, right?
My problem.
It's not her
Well,
problem.
I'm just asking whether it's your problem or not. Do you think that society can consider itself sexually liberated when men are excluded, as seen in the rise of lonely, sexless men?
Well, why are men excluded?
What do you think? You don't know?
Because they're creepy, and women don't want to have sex with them.
Do you think that
Soak it in, folks. Soak it in.
guy is more or less likely to self-improve if he's getting laid?
Yeah, because I feel like
Yeah, like
laid back, you
yeah.
feel confident, you feel like that man, you feel me? So it's just like, yeah.
Aren't lonely people more likely to make poor decisions out of desperation, be depressed, and have an unhealthy lack of motivation?
Yeah, most definitely. Because when you feel me, when you down bad, you feel me, you think a little differently. You be thinking like,
It's funny to watch this guy. He seems very bright, seems very alert, seems educated. He seems like he's in a good place. All right, a little more.
just like primal almost. You just hungry for it, you feel me? It's different.
Should men have to go out and hunt and fish every time they're hungry?
No. Not when it's so accessible through society. You can just walk to McDonald's or Starbucks or something, you feel me?
What?
That's the realistic aspect. Is so why would you? Don't we have the technology to like kind of deliver? I mean, Walmart seems to get produce in pretty easily. I say pretty easily. I know that there's skill in it, but we've reduced a lot of the labor with machines and a lot of the labor with AI. So people are being sent out on the streets because those jobs just don't exist anymore. And it's not like, it seems to me at one time we had like street sweepers and stuff like that. I mean, people physically push brooms. And, hey, that works, man. You could, you want to go, if you're going to really lean into socialism, which is dangerous, but I mean, at least in regards to infrastructure, that's fine. Boy, this echo. Generally, I don't have it on observe and output. I'll check this afterwards and we'll see how it sounds. All right, let's go. Let's see what else he's got to say.
Why should men have to go out and hunt every time they're horny?
Because, you feel me, we don't get the benefits that women get. Women hold the power with they, you feel me, with they thing. You feel me, they hold the power, and we don't. You feel me?
Yeah. So everyone else is entitled to their thing, but we're not even allowed to get, ooh, excuse me, belchy.
Like our values based off different stuff. You feel me? So we can't. It don't come to us most of the time.
What's the point of living in a modern society with convenience and accessibility?
Well, because we advanced over time. You feel me? So that's just the society that we came to live in. You feel me? So that's the new normal. You feel me? We don't gotta hunt and make stuff, craft stuff, or everything is at our fingertips.
I don't even like the society we live in nowadays. I feel like everyone's corrupt, and I just feel like,
Aw,
I don't know, society's not
we're all
correct.
corrupt.
Has sexual liberation ultimately benefited society, and if so, how?
I don't know. I don't know how it's benefited society as a whole, but I mean, obviously it benefits capitalism.
I think
Well, if it benefits capitalism, God bless America, my home, sweet home. All right, you're a piece of work. Let's see what else you have to add.
I think sexual liberation has done a lot more for women maybe than it has done for men. I think because women are normally the subjects of being sexualized and objectified.
By nature, it's by
Embracing
design.
that has allowed for a lot more opportunity and allowed for the stigma to be decreased a little bit. But I'm not sure it's like actually helped women in the grand scheme of things.
See? Cutting off your nose to spite your face. Now, the little one here, she's just a little feisty fight ball. You can tell. You can just tell. And the other one's very, very pretty. Seems with a sense of elegance. That's just by looks. Yeah, physically objectifying them.
How has our society become sexually liberated when men are excluded, as seen in the rise of lonely men?
That's a hard question, but I also feel like it's important to remember that, like, men already have a lot of sexual freedom in our society, and that it's very difficult for, it's not very difficult, I would say more difficult for a woman in today's society than for a man to say that they had sex with someone and be proud of that.
Why does our society promote ourselves as sexually liberated,
See, but
when it
that's-
comes to actual sex, we're so puritanical about it?
Because of religion.
That was a very blatant answer. What was the, let me go back a second. By what she was saying.
It's not very difficult, I would say more difficult for a woman in today's society than for a man to say that they had sex with someone and be.
I disagree with this, with what she's saying. Because OnlyFans couldn't exist if there wasn't that natural sexual desire of men. It's, that's the way it works. Opposites attract. There's an attraction that's biologically ingrained in guys to go out and to propagate. Which is kind of a sore spot with me because I haven't propagated. I mean, I've created a lot of work, but anyway, let's go back to this. And
Be proud of that.
Why does our society promote ourselves as sexually liberated, but when it comes to actual sex, we're so puritanical about it?
Because of religion.
Inside of our minds, I guess we're battling.
I think it's power.
The old order and the new order. The old order is very puritanical, very, wait till you get married, do this, do that, but then at the same time, you turn on the television, you turn on the radio, you turn on, the internet, and, sex sells, like we mentioned a moment ago. So, I don't know, I think we live in a very sex and flesh indulgent society that goes against the traditional biblical teachings that most of our parents and grandparents were brought up in. So, I don't know, I think that's probably just an inner war within a lot of people.
All right. So you have, it seems to me that, a lot of those religious See, I want to word this carefully. Because I think that a lot of the old school rules were, what's the word, extrapolated from what comes from the natural order in order to allow a society to flourish and for people to interact. I mean, society hasn't gone that far where obviously, you know, this guy can interview all these people and get their really pretty straightforward opinions on different things. It's very complicated, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't spend a little thought and go, well, maybe we could make the world better and at least a little more. And ultimately, you know, the one kid before said, you know, let's just push equality. And that's kind of, you know, there aren't, once you start measuring degrees of how much one person is worth more than another in a legal sense, well, then you can't go progressive because the numbers don't work. Just plain and simple. You can't force Mother Nature to do what you want it to do. We exist within it. But all right, let's see what this very happy woman has to say.
Why would OnlyFans be so popular if it wasn't fulfilling a need for men?
I think it is fulfilling a need for men.
It is fulfilling a need for men. It's also fulfilling a need for sex workers who need to make money.
Why is pornography stigmatized any more than alcohol, gambling, and junk food?
Well, because it comes back to men, and you feel me, profiting off of men, their sexual urges. You feel me? That's one of the biggest businesses in business. To be honest. Oh.
One of the biggest businesses in business, and he's not wrong. I mean, you think about all the sexual stigmas that are now cropping up. And just arrest after arrest after arrest after arrest. There comes a point where you have to say something, and this is me saying something. This is me observing the rest of the world through our modern technologies and talking about it. Could I help things if I were the president? Kevin G Nicholson, 2024. I mean, what else you got? I'll be nice. I'll try to be nice. That's what I'm going to do. Ugh. And I know that would come with a lot of stuff. I don't understand. All right, let's stick to the topic at hand. Kevin? Use our frame, focus, back in the moment. Hi, my name is Kevin G Nicholson. I'm the host of this YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching later. Thank you for existing. All right, we're looking over It's Complicated channel. Let's continue.
Oh, you're addicted. Oh, this and that. I ain't gonna lie. I've had my fair share as a guy. It's just a way to get my rocks off, bro.
Don't you think the men watching porn would be having sex if they could?
Yes, indeed. That's the bottom line. That's the point. We want to feel the real thing, but females make it hard, and unlike guys,
yeah, they
it's
do.
hard for us to get sex over females. So yeah.
Why are women quick to accept a woman who can sell sex, but are quick to shame a man who can buy it?
I think because most of the women who are in the sex industry are doing it because they don't have another choice, and the men who are participating in it don't realize what the women who are in the industry are up against.
So that's making them all victims.
For not being able to get sex, while also shamed for trying to get sex.
Because they don't have any riz.
They're shamed for
Oh,
wanting the
God.
experience, but they're also shamed for not having the experience, and it's not fair.
Oh, wait. Oh, she's such a bitch. I don't know that girl. Oh God. Oh, shit. Oh, that made me laugh. Because he doesn't have any riz. Give me a second. Oh, oh, for the love of God. Oh. Okay, I think I can proceed. Yeah.
Sex. How is that not oppressing them?
That's the thing. It is, cause it's like, you feel me, like as a man, you feel me, you got the same urges as a woman, so it's like, you feel me, they shouldn't be wrong for wanting to give in to them urges every once in a while. You feel me? We human at the end of the day.
Why don't
We're human at the end of the day.
women shame women for using sex toys the same way men shame men for watching porn?
It's cause you feel me, women empower each other, you feel me? It's not really the same, you feel me, between genders though, but women, through each other, they empower each other, whatever they want to do, you feel me?
I watch porn, and I know a lot of women who watch porn too. So I don't find that to be a gendered activity.
It's not a gendered activity. It's free for girls, and it costs a lot of money for guys. And I'm not talking about one-night stands. I'm talking about time. Let me tell you, listen to the doctor here. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Right now, I'm sharing my time with you. And I feel like it's worth it. I'm talking about something that's socially relevant, that's been bothering me. Because, you know, as you see changes in your environment, like they say, oh, global warming's fake. Look around. Of course it's real. Empirical evidence is right there. You know, there are so many things that we as a society are supposed to take at face value when actually it's insidious. So you have to be mindful, you have to be alert. Jordan Peterson would say, there's always a dragon you gotta slay. I'd rather stay the fuck away from the dragon. At least right now. She wants to give a song and dance. Well, we'll see. I don't see any, wait, let's see what this girl has to say.
Why are men told to control their urges while women go out and have a hoe phase?
You're totally right. We are encouraged to have a street phase. We're encouraged to have, a hoe phase. Men, if they try to have a hoe phase, they're just slut bags and frat boys, and that's not fair. I agree. I don't know why it is. I think, again, it comes with men expected to have more experience than women.
Women feel like it's okay for
Wait.
them to have their hoe phase because they feel like
Didn't she look a little? She looked a little tipsy, but she was very agreeable.
guy has reached a hoe phase in their life. That's not true. Every guy has a point where they witnessed a heartbreak or been in a heartbreak super bad to the point it took a toll on them
Hell
real
yeah.
bad, and then they ended up being a hoe or a slut. Females are different. They get intoxicated, probably really bad, and all that, and the next thing you know, they caught 20 bodies in one night.
I have had sexual advances from men and women, and I've never had an unwanted sexual advance from a woman. Every time a woman has ever made a move on me, I have felt safe and not like they're going to disrespect my boundaries or overtake me in any way. With men, I have felt differently. Men have tried to pull me closer. If I said, hey, I'm not interested, like explicitly said, I'm not interested in this, please leave me alone, they'll say, let me change your mind. I've never had a woman do that to me.
Who shames male heterosexuality more?
Aggression.
Feminists for labeling men as sexual predators, or religious conservatives for shaming sex outside marriage?
Probably conservative evangelicals do the more shaming. I think that's kind of a given.
The feminists, man, because like they just push the narrative too far. Like
Wasn't I saying that like 10 seconds ago? I like this guy.
I've heard a bunch of cases where guys aren't predators for real and they just get like in the wrong situation, and that's just a pure example of how the narrative gets pushed too far.
Yep. And there's that's what I wanted to cover, because let's go back here. Oh, we started the music. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that was RSD, Real Social Dynamics, which were a big cover. School back in 2010, late 2000s. I like it, it's my stuff, but you know, gotta have your lovers. I don't really love these girls and shit. Sometimes it happens, and yet here I am. And then I'm gonna end up listening to this once through. But I still got Arcade out too. Let's take a look. Yeah, I guess so. It's all right. This is for the archives. You guys can catch this all after the fact. I want to know, Bontecune in particular, or the legendary Sparky. I'm curious if what I just did was legal. Because if it is, I'm going to do more of it, because it's a great way to talk about stuff as it's coming up. And I'm really leaning into the direction that seems like I should be going. I mean, I consider myself an artist first, and then a comedian, kind of, and then a musician. Like, I got all of these different attributes, but I don't have one genre. I don't have one niche. So I'm trying to find my, if there's one niche I should be going down, at least in regards to the video, because all of those RSDers are really good YouTubers. I mean, they mastered that craft early on, so I gotta admire them for that alone. And they've managed to stay free, so they're doing the dance right, I guess. I mean, I'm surprised that they've managed to. I understand why they pivoted, because they got really unsafe, and they did. They pushed that narrative way too far. And now we're feeling it in our system. Can't uneat that shitty cheese. But you know what? Let's try something a little different. Got a new kit today. So let's, what was it? I believe it was G. Well, maybe it wasn't G. There we go. Son of a... we'll keep going though. Where am I at? I'm at 33. That's fine. Could roll a little there. So, you know, while I'm thinking about it, maybe I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. I want to bring you guys over to my, excuse me. Let's do that. All right, what are we looking at here? I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. All right. You know what? Perhaps another time. With a little more forethought, a little more intent. Still, if you have any comments about some of the stuff that I showed, if you got any comments at all. Either way, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.